Hey everybody, I'm Dodge. If you don't know me, I'm an aspiring game developer. So, this is my first devlog. And yeah, I started Ultra Nihil from scratch again, for the fifth time. Yeah, I've also bought 4 books about game development to become a game director. I've also panicked because I have an exam pretty soon and I didn't know anything about it. So yeah, and of course, I had an existential crisis about being a real indie game developer. So yeah, let's talk about it. So let's start talking about what my week looked like. First, prototypes, then coding, reading, and of course panicking. And way too many commander decks for Magic the Gathering. And let's not forget about my favorite thing in the world, White Monster and caffeine. Yeah, that's what keeps me awake every day. On Monday, I restarted Ultra Nihil, but this time as a clean prototype. No fancy systems, just raw basic. I needed to see what actually works, the main mechanics, the core of the game itself. So, and yeah, starting again for the 5th time, it's pretty exhausting, yeah. Well, you have to be a pretty delusional person if you want to be a game developer. That's what I learned. A funny mechanic that I tried out was of course, combat scene, where if you bump into an enemy, the scene switches to a combat arena, of course. And yes, it's kinda like Persona 3 Reload, because I can do it, so why not? Where the arena rotates on the character you are now selected, or maybe more precisely, the character tool.
Disturbing the peace, look into my eyes.
And I've started to write some pages, let's call it, started to write my game dev diary, where I write what I've done during the week so I can keep track of my progress. As I said, I've also bought a few books. I will list them. The Level Up, the Game Business Handbook, Game Programming Patterns, Blood, Sweat and Pixels. All these books were recommended by a YouTube channel called Bite Me. So yeah, I started reading them. Mostly for now I'm sticking into Blood, Sweat and Pixels. That is a kind of documentary of what the industry looks from an indie studio perspective. And yeah, I discovered that one of my friends used to make games too, but took a break. And one of my other friends told me to keep posting short form videos, so yeah, those will continue. On Wednesday morning I didn't do anything too crazy, because I built 2 new MTG Commanders deck for the 32 deck challenge. Yes, I'm into that. Then in the afternoon I went back to studying for the university and catching up on everything. Yeah, because I'm behind in every course, so yeah, I have to catch on. The situation was so serious that on Tuesday morning I realized I seriously need to prioritize university again. So from now on morning and afternoons, we are going to study. Only in the evening or in night time, I am gonna build Ultra Nihil or keeping my game design studying. And of course, a few hours later of that realization, I had a mental breakdown, because where do professor hide the exam dates? Where? I can't find them. Friday was kinda similar, lots of study, but I realized I've been neglecting the responsibilities I give myself as a developer. In the evening, I continued reading Blood, Sweat and Pixels, more precisely the chapter where it talks about the Pillars of Eternity, a game made by Obsidian Entertainment. You may know them because of Fallout New Vegas. And it hit me kinda hard. I finally understood what a real indie studio goes through. The sacrifice, the chaos, the pressure, and the commitment to show your work to the public. And I learned something important. If you want to be a real game developer, you have to share your work, accept criticism, and stay open. Ultra Nihil, my personal project, will for sure come out, but first I need to grow into the developer who can finish it. So yeah, it will take time. What I'm gonna say now, it's kinda an important message, a reflection, that this week wasn't perfect, but it was real. Between studying, coding, reading and tiny breakdowns, I'm slowly learning what it truly means to chase your dream. And yeah, a lot of sacrifices, I must say. I think this small devlog ends here. If you want to follow the journey, feel free to like, comment and subscribe, of course. It helped me way more than you think. And I would love to have you along the ride as Ultra Nihil evolves. And we're gonna see each other next week.